think World Woman is so special because, as I've said to Dia and so many of the other fantastic women here, I've been to so many conferences that talk about women from various either Muslim backgrounds or various so-called ethnic backgrounds. And usually the setup is one panel of brown and black women talking about our lives and the rest of the conference, white women talking about us. And the wonderful thing about this conference is it's us telling our own stories. It's our narrative said in our voice, said using our bodies, a lovely combination of art and performance, which takes me to the second reason why I think World Woman is fantastic. A lot of the times with these conferences, at the end of the day, you're really heavy with grief, with rage, with desperation. But I love the way that we've had art and performance of various kinds interspersed, so that when you feel, oh my God, things are so bad, this wonderful performance artist comes along and reminds you of the rejuvenating power of art. So I think it's a fabulous combination, and I think Dia has done a great job. I'm so honored to be here. Well, I think that issue of feeling lonely and wondering, am I alone in this? Is this worth it? I could be doing so many other things that are much easier than this. You constantly ask yourself this because it's not easy. And the kind of work that so many of us here, all of us here, are engaged in is the kind of work that takes years to see really fruitful results. So I think that the biggest kind of challenge is to be tenacious and to be patient and to be, most importantly, tenaciously optimistic, which is what I tell people. I used to say foolishly optimistic, but I don't want foolishness to be involved. So I'm a tenacious optimist. So I think that the most important thing is to remind ourselves we're not alone, to create solidarity in gatherings like this, and to hold on to our optimism tenaciously in the understanding that what we're doing is necessary and will win. And the wonderful thing about gatherings like this is they remind us, because we have several generations of women here. When I see someone like Mona Eltahawy and Hina Jilani and Gro Harlem Brundtland and Shireen Ebadi, these are women whose shoulders have long been very broad for us to stand on. So my generation had, very broad shoulders to stand on. It's now the responsibility of my generation to offer our shoulders to these young women who feel alone and who feel isolated and who wonder, is any kind of struggle worth it? So I would tell these women that it's hard now. You feel that you have no power now. You feel that you have a very, very low, perhaps, and weak voice. But hang in there, because there have been generations of women before you who went through similar struggles, and we're offering our shoulders to you in the way that our elders offered their shoulders to us. Feminism for me means equality and freedom, the two of them together. So my freedom as a woman, my absolute freedom to do as I wish with my life and my body, but also my equality, and not to have my gender or my sex be used against me in any way. So that's it. Feminism is equality and freedom. Well, I think something fantastic is happening to the world right now. It looks like it's a miserable time, especially in the parts of the world where I'm from. But we began, when Tunisia started to rise up in 2010, we began a global change that is continuing. We began something that is irreversible, and I am convinced that in 30 to 40 years from now, history books will record what we are doing in the Middle East as one of those great cycles of global change. And that gives me great hope. It's very difficult right now because we're fighting in the pits, because there's a lot of shit that we have to get out, but we're getting it out. And what we began is irreversible, and I know we will win because I'm a tenacious optimist.